So Arizona goes to Kansas State. This game was already scheduled, and when Arizona joined the league, they're like, "Hey, we can't reschedule all of our non-conference games. One of them is against Kansas State, so we can't just get rid of that game, and we can't go get another game." So they are playing this game as a non-conference game, and it could be between two of the best teams in the Big 12. Now, I thought K-State struggled against Tulane. I thought they were very lucky to get out of Tulane with a win. Avery Johnson, so far, I've been driving the bandwagon. I feel like we might have gotten a flat tire on the Avery Johnson bandwagon.
You see the flashes.
Yes.
Like, it's there.
It's
like,
there.
It's there. You just want it to turn
but
on
it's
all
not
the way.
like with Nico, it's all the way there.
Mm-hmm.
With Avery Johnson, it's not all the way there.
I mean, I thought there was a chance coming into the year that with Avery Johnson, like he was going to have like a Johnny Manziel season.
Yeah.
Like, I thought like we that was on the table.
Like, what do you do?
Yeah.
And it feels like they're not doing a lot of running with him, or it might be that just they're doing read option and teams are keying on Avery Johnson. Like they're saying, just take Avery, don't let him pull it. And if you're running the read option and they're coming after you, you have to let the back take it. Like it doesn't work any other way. So maybe that's it. But I don't know that it's going to be as good as I thought it was going to be. That doesn't mean they can't win games. That doesn't mean they can't possibly still win the Big 12. But they're going to be playing against an Arizona team that didn't play last week. The first week, T-Mac averaged 30 yards a catch, 10 catches for 300 yards. Like, K-State's defense had better be ready for this.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the box score because I did not watch this game. All I did see was my entire group chat melting down because I went to Arizona. I don't know if you guys know that. People were really upset because they beat NAU 22-10, and that's supposed to be like a 65-0 type scenario. And I'm looking at the box, and I don't know if I'm just not seeing it here, Andy, but T-Mac, 2 catches for 11 yards. So I don't know if
they're sandbagging.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if they took him out early or he got tweaked something. I don't know. But we're looking at an Arizona team that we had a lot of. Had a lot of hopes for. They are not my first 4 out right now. They are my second 4 out. Like, so we're talking about a team that could be in the top 20 this year. And you look at their schedule with what they have on this roster, they have a chance to win a lot of games. Yeah. But the next 2 weeks for them is going to be critical in finding who they are because they're playing Kansas State.
You want to go to San Marcos and take in the great Party School Bowl on Thursday night. If you want to go to the MLS Stadium in Kansas City to see UNLV Kansas on Friday night, that's going to be a blast. But you want to go to Madison, see Alabama and Wisconsin? You want to go to Columbia, either one, to see LSU South Carolina or to see Boston College, Missouri? Game Time has receipts. They have tons of tickets for every game. Last minute tickets, no problem. Whatever game you want, they got it. Plus concerts, plus comedy shows, you name it, they got it. And if you use the code STAPLES, you get $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. So especially when you're using Game Time now, they've got a new feature called GT Picks. And you use that feature, you pick your game, you click the GT Picks button, and it'll show you the best tickets relative to market value. So the best seat you can get for your money. And they got some great seats. You know, we'll see you at Camp Randall. So buy those tickets on Game Time. Come see us at Camp Randall on Saturday. Use code STAPLES, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply.
Talk about all-time backfires of non-conference scheduling right now. I mean, you got Kansas State and Utah back-to-back.
If you lose this game, though, whether you're Kansas State or Arizona, it doesn't hurt you in the conference standing. So at least that's good. Because remember, if you win the Big 12, you're in. So you can lose this game and it doesn't hurt you in any way, shape, or form in terms of the playoff. Because I'm not sure the Big 12 is going to be able to produce in that large. We'll see. Yeah. But I think you're going to have to win it outright.
You have 2 teams here, Andy, that have been playing with their food all week or for the fall season. You know, and Kansas State's opponent, Tulane, might be a little bit better than NAU.
Right, because we're going to see Tulane at Oklahoma, and John Summerall is a defensive whiz.
But I think it's, despite the fact that it's not a Big 12 game, a very revelatory game for both places.
Yeah.
Because Arizona is a very quick team. They have one of the best receivers in the sport. Their quarterback's a really fun quarterback to watch. Like if Arizona puts it together offensively, like they can score a lot of points.
Yeah.
I think the reason why you see the total at 56.5 is because I think both of these teams, I mean, Kansas State too, it's true for. If Avery Johnson shows up, and he could rush for 150 yards. Like this is a sit down and watch and learn game to me.
Yeah, and so Kansas State's a 7.5-point favorite at home. This is a lot of points.
Yeah, I'm taking Arizona.
Yeah, I'm doing the same thing. I just if this was a 3-point line, I'm happy taking Kansas State.
Yeah.
But you're going to give me a whole touchdown with a team that I think probably has as good of a chance of winning the game as the other team.
Yeah, two possessions here.
This it feels like the Kentucky South Carolina line from last week, because that was Kentucky by 9.5.
Yeah.
And like nobody predicted what happened in that game, including us. But we were all over South Carolina on that one because the line just looked funky.
If you think a team can win the game, we think they can win,
and they get a touchdown,
and they get 2 scores, 7.5. Like that is a very attractive thing for me. So like I saw the spread and I already immediately locked in on U of A. But that said, if the way they've played the first 2 weeks of their season is an indication of who they are, they also can get blown off the field. So you have to be, high alert, especially if Kansas State comes out angry because they almost lost to Tulane. So great. I think that might be coming into the year. That was one of the top 10 games I was most excited to watch just in general. That this game is the second most interesting, or maybe the most interesting game of the week to me. Is that a big thing to say?
No. I think there's a lot of intrigue all the way down the schedule, and I actually struggled picking the games that we were going to pick today.
Yeah,
because there are we don't know where the landmines are. Thank you so much for watching. Just a reminder, subscribe to this channel right here so you never miss an episode of Andy Staples on 3. And oh, by the way, watch all the other great videos on the On3 Sports YouTube channel.